bias is real, age bias, other forms of it. Thinking about what Sandra told us near the top of the hour about things we control and can't control, how do we get through those moments where we're feeling it? We know that they're just not feeling us for reasons that might be obvious to them, but what do we do about that? How do we move through those moments?
Well, I think it goes back to certainly what Sandra mentioned earlier about not controlling things, but also with Maxine. It depends on your energy and how you present yourself. Now, some of that shaping can start beforehand, where there's a back and forth on, do you put special interests or activities on resumes? And sometimes the answer is yes. For instance, I was coaching a gentleman years back, and I didn't know him in his 20s, but he claimed to have been prematurely gray. But one thing was for sure, he did not look his age. Other way around. He looked older than he actually was, is what I wanted to say. And so one thing he was very proud of that took him several years was a master diver certification. And we decided to include that on his resume as one of his personal interests, just because of the commitment and the demand and the tenacity and the physicalness of what it takes to achieve that. Combine that, if you will, then how he presented himself. What was summarized on his resume, but the time where he led new initiatives and he brought innovation, and very importantly, his technology skills, in that he was up to date and very relevant, if you will. And he went on to get hired in a major company to lead an overhaul, and has had several promotions since then in the finance area. And so you're only as old as you feel, number one. You can present yourself very enthusiastically and younger. It also is keeping up with things. In my so-called free time, when I'm not quarantined in my home doing my ExecuNet work, I do workshops in schools. And thank goodness I have 3 kids in my 20s, and I'm somewhat up to date in the social media world, but that helps me to connect with those children and present with those children. The same thing is true of companies. Being up to date, being relevant, all of those help to connect with individuals.
Terrific. Thank you for that.